Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Nerd Immersion Twitch channel, where we play a game called Rod of Seven Parts using the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition setting game system of fun. My name is Jordan with Silent PH in the middle, and I am joined by these wonderful players who've gotten themselves in a little bit of hot water. Let's go around and meet them. Brenna, who are you?
Hello, I am Rakiri, the Aarakocra Warlock.
Very, very fun. And Ted. Oh, I always end with you, Ted.
Mm.
Don't be a line on the line of Zoom. That would be logically next. Lex, tell us about yourself.
I'm Lex. I play Shifter, the Illusionist Wizard.
Oh, very exciting. And LB.
Hi, I'm LB, and I'm playing Siren, the Tiefling Rogue.
And last but not least, Ted. Who are you playing? What's going on? How's life?
Well, I'm Ted. I'm playing Lagwin, the elf blade singer wizard. Life is complicated. Water damage from a washing machine break, but I'm taking it in stride, like I do with everything. But LB, you had a thing, right? That we were gonna talk about.
I do have a thing.
Yeah.
So one of my friends, B. Bryce, is doing a shelter and play fundraiser with a bunch of other creators. They have created a game called Power Outage, and they have put together a bundle that's worth $174 on Drive-Thru RPG, I believe. I'll put the link in the chat. And they are selling this bundle for $10. So if you pick it up, you'll get a bunch of games. It's a lot of fun going to a good cause. Yeah.
I think it's an Extra Life thing.
Yeah, Extra Life, shelter and play, fundraisers, and all that sort of fun stuff.
Yeah. That's it. So that we're good.
Very cool. Very cool. If you are just joining us for the first time, we play this game 8:30 Eastern on Wednesdays, and you should come and check us out live on Twitch TV, twitch.tv/Nerd Immersion. But you can always watch it on YouTube if that's your jam, if that is your strawberry jam. We always start with a recap last week on a very special Rod of Seven Parts. Our heroes infiltrated a wedding. They were curious about a pair of stone giants that followed them. Sorry, let me back up. Our heroes infiltrated a giant wedding between a fire giant and a cloud giant. During this wedding, a couple of stone giants appeared, and our heroes were curious about them and followed them to a rook upstairs that was full of griffins, and it was being maintained by some trolls. They didn't find the giants, but the trolls said that they saw some pixies. It was all very weird. And then the wedding began, and a host of spider demons appeared, and chaos ensued. The mother of the bride was grappled by tentacles. She contained the rod fragment in her hair as a hairpin. I believe Lagwin jumped up, stole the hairpin, and then ran away. So he now has the rod fragment.
Shifter does.
Oh, Shifter does. That's it. Then some tentacles wrapped around her. A silver dragon came flying in and spilled a bunch of beer and then froze that beer with its icy breath. The fire giant mother-in-law slipped on the ice, fell forward, was pulled into the portal. The portal snapped shut and she lost her legs. Very, very scary. Siren was also bit by a dragon, Siren was bit by a spider fiend and is paralyzed. Currently on the back of Vincent, who is Shifter's large ebony fly that he can conjure and run around on. The groom has fainted. The bride is screaming. Siren is paralyzed. Rakiri's in the sky. Lagwin is hasted on the floor. I forgot initiative. But I do remember that Lagwin had something he wanted to try.
Yeah, well, I was.
What would Lagwin like to do?
Well, I believe.
And a large spider fiend, I think, was blocking your exit from.
Yeah.
He came walking up and he's like, "Give me that rod fragment."
Yeah. Something. I didn't know he spoke, but that's
I want
news.
some rod fragments.
Oh, and the two elves were flying over on the carpet.
That's right. Two elves are on a carpet, magic carpet. This is a very complicated scene.
A lot going on.
Listen to the last episode and then come back. unless you're here live, then continue to watch. Thank you for
Are the
your...
two elves like doing anything? Like, are they? Does it seem like they're trying to help? Or are they like?
It seems like self-preservation. They're
Okay.
like, what? And trying to like avoid things. They're if you had to guess, they're scared to go into the sky because of the dragons. They're scared to land because of the spider fiends. And they're kind of spooked to be in the mid-central area because that's where the giants could grab them.
Okay.
No good options.
Yes. So
Well, we know they're not the dragons.
yes, that we do know. We figured that much out. By default. That worked out. Yes, so I think I don't remember the exact initiative order, but I think I was next in it, which is what I was planning my thing to do. So as my hasted action, I was going to take the use an object action and drink that potion of giant size.
Ooh,
To
okay.
become a huge size creature.
Can you read us what that does?
Yeah, so
For the folks at home listening.
You become huge for 24 hours. Your strength becomes 25. Your hit point maximum is doubled. Your melee reach increases by 5 feet. Everything you wear and carry is increased as well. When rolling damage for weapons enlarged in this manner, it's 3 times the normal damage dice. When it ends, any hit points you have above your hit point maximum become temporary hit points. And then it has a pungent aroma akin to that of rotten algae. But it tastes sweet when you drink it. Even though it has a tongue of a giant clam inside it. I don't know.
Comes in a natural ice can. It's really amazing.
Yeah, so plan is to drink that. So now I will... Now I'm huge size. So now I'm huge size.
Pushing tables out of the way. Your friends look at you.
I also still have jump. I
Uh-huh.
also still have haste.
Uh-huh.
So my plan is to, with my giant hand, reach over and just grab like Andre the Giant around LB, Siren, Shifter, and Vincent with one hand and just hold them in my one hand. And I will remind you that I'm a giant with still haste, so I have 80 feet of movement on my regular move as a giant. And I just want to run out the door. That's
pretty good.
And that's just my movement. I still have my action. I still have my bonus action. I'm going to grab them and then just like run over the spider demons, run past everybody, and just like make a break for the door. And like we got the rod fragment. It's already cloaked. I'm faster than these guys flying, so I'll grab them and I'll just, maybe there's some whiplash. I don't know, but my plan is to just run 80 feet. If I wanted, I could jump like 75 feet in a single bound because of my super duper strength.
Oh my gosh, this is true.
And then part of me was thinking, and I haven't really decided if Lagwin is the kind of person who wants to try to like yoink the carpet out from under the two elves as he runs by. Just like whoop, and just keep going.
I mean, they haven't actually done anything.
No,
bad to
we
us.
just really want the carpet. So no, I'm not gonna do that. It would be really funny if I could like reach just.
I mean, if you want to make a sleight of hand.
No, I don't. It would.
But I don't know
find
if that's Lagwin.
It's not. Ted finds it hilarious, and I would love to do that. Just for the pure image of watching that happen. But no, I will take them and then I'll just be like, Rikiri, I think we should go, and I will just run 160 feet out the door down the side of the mountain.
That everything I prepped is gone. That is amazing. So I got no contest. I mean, I don't know. How do we keep it interesting? I don't know. Here's how we keep it interesting. You jump over or crash through the spider. It probably attacks you, but you're giant, so it's fine. I won't even roll for it, like whatever. But you get out, and as you're heading down the mountain, there is an equally sized stone giant running towards you.
Oh, coming up the mountain.
And he is yelling, "Stop the wedding!" And he's running real fast. Looks real nice, like real good clothes, little bow tie. He's not like wielding weapons that you can see. You could run right past him if you wish.
I will run right past him, but as
All
I'm
right.
going, I'll be like, Well, the mother of the bride's legs got cut off, and the husband passed out. Bye.
What? He
Just right
looks
past
a
it.
little confused, and then he keeps trudging up there as fast as his giant legs will carry him. Yeah, I think.
I'm sorry. It's just
No, you're fine. This is awesome. We'll improv a whole session. That's great. So you run down the mountain. You're huge. This is awesome. This lasts for 24 hours.
yeah.
What is our next plan of attack? Are we hiding? Are we?
I mean,
running
it's very hard to
somewhere?
hide as a giant, I would imagine. I don't know because it doesn't tell me that I can voluntarily end the
I'm
potion.
gonna say no.
So
yeah,
I don't think
you're
I
just
can.
Big.
Here's
Yeah.
my question for you: if I
Okay.
cast Leomin's tiny hut as a giant, is it giant sized? Did I just make a mountain? Like out of
Oh my god! The real questions, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god.
just like post up in the middle of the mountains, and look, now there's a new hill right in the middle, perfectly spherical.
Yeah. Did you did you see that mountain yesterday?
It's crazy.
It's a real spherical mountain. No, well, it says the area is 10 feet.
Yeah, that's why I don't
10-foot
understand.
radius immobile dome. No, so I think it just makes
Okay.
a 10-foot radius dome. Yeah, sorry. You
That's
would
fair.
not be able to get into it.
That works for me. So then I won't do that. And then yeah, I guess I'll just. I mean, I could still turn myself invisible if I need to hide, but
But basically, you're going to run for a minute till haste wears off.
yeah, that's the plan.
Okay.
Which will get us 240 feet, like every 6 seconds.
Every 6 seconds, yeah.
Yeah.
So no, you.
Well, actually, I'll
you
wait a
get-
little bit because I don't want to like Rikiri's just like hanging out. Like I'll get to the bottom of the mountain and then I'll wait a little bit.
Oh, I thought you took Rikiri.
Oh, well, that would make sense. Let's say I did that. I didn't say I did that, but
No, because I'm like flying around.
yeah.
Okay,
I didn't
so-
say I did that. I grabbed them and then ran.
All right, so Rikiri, you see a giant stone giant come running up. The spider is looking, or the spider fiend that was blocking your entrance or the entrance or the exit to the castle that you're in, is a little confused and doesn't know what's going on. Actually, it's more interesting if Ted's or if Lagwin stepped on it. So like squashed like a bug, this thing just like sizzles back into the ground. Chaos is just going everywhere. This elf just grows to gigantic proportions and then runs out with a fly and 2 people on it. You're
Yeah.
hovering in the air. What do you want to do?
I want to go check on the giantess.
Okay, she is bleeding real bad. And
Is
looks
she
like
li-
she's about to pass out.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
meanwhile,
so
you
I'm-
see the stone giant rush in and he goes, "Stop the wedding!"
I think it's a little late for that.
What happened here? And the fire giant bride, who was screaming profusely, looks and goes, "Verog!" And he's like, "My love!" And he rushes over to her and they embrace.
So I'm glad the husband is passed out. Okay. Somebody, I don't have anything long enough to make a tourniquet for her. You rip off your tails. I mean, like tailcoat, not like.
Okay, yeah. And they're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
And yeah, they're taking orders from you. So the giants are like ripping off their tailcoats and giving
Yeah.
them to you.
It like, is she at the point where I could like spare the dying her?
No, she's not like unconscious dead yet. And I always rule that NPCs are a little different than hero characters. So
Okay.
I'm not sure if spare the dying would actually work on her. Like you probably have to do something else. But
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm kind of just like barking at people, trying to get them to like work on her legs while I'm just like kind of sitting next to her head, being like, "It's all right, dear. We're all going to help you and it's going to be just fine. You'll still be taller than most people."
that got me. Good job. The fire giant bride points to her, the stone giant that came in and they embraced, and she's like, "Mother, you've got to help her." And he's like, "What happened?" And he rushes up to you, and he's like, "Young bird thing, what happened here? How can I help?"
there were tentacles and dragons and elves on a magic carpet. I don't know. She got sucked into a portal and it took her legs with it. I don't know. There's no time.
Well, do you know any healing magic?
Kind of.
What does kind of mean?
If she dies, I can bring her back.
And he's like, go find anything, a healing potion or something quickly. And he puts his hands on the stone floor next to her severed legs, and he casts mold earth and like brings up the stone, and and it's in the shape of legs that are like kind of attaching to her legs, and it's stopping the bleeding a whole bunch, but she's still like touch her go. So
yeah. So I mean, I do have like I can cure wounds her if that would be helpful.
Yeah,
like I don't know if like her wounds are like so grievous that like wouldn't.
Yes. So this stone giant is saying like he wants to help you. Like he's like he's willing to like use his magic with your magic if you have some healing.
Okay. Yeah. So I have 2 more charges on Ruat.
Okay.
So I will do that. Let's see. Where is it? All right. Let's see what we got here.
I don't have dice. I'm really good.
So I'm gonna heal her for 9.
Okay. Get some dice. Let me get a dice tray.
Boom.
All right, and I have to ask, was that the last 2 charges bringing it to 0? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's roll a percentile die.
Why are you doing that?
Why wouldn't I? It's like a common thing to do with magic items. It's real fun. All the cool kids are doing it. All right. So he is using some kind of giant magic and channeling these stone feet. You cast Cure Wounds using this rod. The magics like intertwine and kind of mold back. And her feet are healed. They're like you see it coming back, and it's definitely the dark flesh that is her skin and stuff, and its tendrils are coming back. But at that same time, a pulse of energy seems to emit out of the rod fragment of Ruat, and all of the tapestries and what have you turn to like liquid fire, and they come sloshing down and just incinerate all of the Aarakocra people that were on the floor, all of like the servants and stuff. And as this fire comes down and touches them, they burst into snow, and it's just this like confetti pop as the fire like hits them. And they're trying to get the fire giant up as quick as possible, and she's just like, I'm immune to fire and stuff like that. A lot of the cloud giants are like stomping their feet, taking a bunch of damage, and then it like settles down and it kind of goes away. You look around, and it appears that all of the demons have disappeared as well, and a lot of the cloud giants are looking at you. The stone giant is next to you, and he's looking at you, and the Siri, the fire giant, mother of the bride, and Jetty, the bride, they're all looking at you, and they're just like, what happened, and where did your friends go? Where did your exterminators go?
So just real quick. So when you say that the Aarakocra were incinerated, it doesn't sound like they actually like burned to death. That was some kind of like magical effect that happened.
So when the fire hit them, they just like popped into like snow.
Okay.
So it wasn't like they got sizzled down and melted and they were destroyed, and it was like a terrible thing to witness. It was just this like burst into snow. And we'll say like 5 or 6 of them. Well, yeah, they did die hypothetically. They're not here anymore. You're not sure where they went. If they were teleported, but they just popped into snow. But it was not gruesome to watch in that sense. And there still are some Aarakocra that are flying around. Again, they all look the same. They're all like identical. But like 5 or 6 of them were on the ground and got hit by the flames.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I know what that was?
Sure.
11.
11. No, you're not really sure. You think it's the same, like when the chandelier turned to bats and stuff earlier in our campaign. Just the chaotic magic of the rod probably caused the fires and stuff, but you're not really sure if it was the chaos magic of that hit the Aarakocra or if something else is happening. So
Okay. I don't know. It's never done that before.
The king and queen cloud giant, they come walking up to you and boom, boom, boom. And they help her up, Siri, and they look at you and they're just like, why do you bring this chaos on this special day, this special occasion?
Me? You had demons.
We hired you to get rid of the demons.
Well, strictly, not me.
And you do see the two elves like trying to sneak out the open entrance now that it's open.
I was their guest.
And they're like, oh, seize them. And they try to take off, but they like grab them and they bring him back over here. And he's like, so you were supposed to take care of these difficult spiders that have infiltrated the castle. Why are you here? And they keep pointing to you like, oh, she's the boss. She told us to come in here and help you out. But we don't really know. It's all her. It's her fault.
I'm assuredly not. They have the invitations. You can check.
Well, no, we gave her the invitation to get into the thing. Well, okay, so we have the invitation. She gave us the invitations, but it was her because you mailed them to her through the realms post, and he's just like lie after lie after lie, and they're just kind of like trying to like wiggle away, and the king bows down to you. He's like, "Who are you?"
To me?
Yeah.
I just love weddings.
How and why did you come here? I mean, okay, you love weddings, but how did you know this wedding was happening? And did you bring the spider fiends here?
Oh, no, we killed them. We killed a lot of them.
What would they want with Ciri? Why would they want to stop this union between?
Well,
it seems with the dragons.
It seems like it would have been a very powerful union. Perhaps it was a threat to them somehow.
A threat to the dragons or the fiends?
The fiends.
I don't understand, but you are very small. Nice. And he says, lock those two up. And he points at the other elves. He's like, we'll deal with them later. Somebody wake up my son. And they're like slapping him on the face or something. And I don't think you necessarily need to be here for the rest.
Okay.
If you be on your way.
Yeah, so maybe like while they're attending to him, I'll kind of just like.
Yeah. And you do hear Ciri like get up and she's like, where's my magic hairpin? They stole it. Why did you take, what? Wait, stop her. But nobody's really stopping you because they're all kind of like, are you okay? You're lost a lot of blood and stuff like that.
All right,
you still want to sneak out of there?
Yeah. When they take the elves away, what happens to the magic carpet?
Oh, they're walking away with the magic carpet.
Oh, okay. That's right then.
They're taking their belongings. Sorry.
Then I will just try to fly away.
All right. Lagwin, what color is your hair? Blue. You see a bunch of trees, and then there's just a bright blue spot in one of them. Where a like 80-foot Lagwin seems to be hanging out.
Just like
knees, trying to hide.
Fetal position, Yeah, I was more worried about the dragons because they just did their ice breath, and then I don't remember where they went after that happened. So I'm out, and then we're all hanging out, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh wait, here.
Yes, I'm assuming that I can like find.
Yeah, I think it's very easy to find him. He's not going to be able to hide very well. If Ted does want to actually hide, we could roll a stealth check, but he's so big. And
I don't think I'm going to try.
I have a question because it kind of makes sense. If we all got in Lagwin's pocket and he cast invisibility, would we count as items on him and then also become invisible?
Probably. Well, is it creature? I don't know. That's a.
We are really
making the tough questions.
Yeah.
Tough questions for a DM. Do we have time for me to tweet Jeremy Crawford? I mean, I think he answers really quickly. So
I mean,
I don't know how we can possibly go on with the game. So, but no, Shifter's gonna look up at Lagwin and just be like, so that was your plan. Hello.
Yes, that was that.
Oh, not so. You're really loud now.
Yeah, this is going to be very hard for him to comprehend. Yes, that was indeed my plan. We got the rod, and we're out, and the dragons didn't kill us, and we weren't taken by tentacles or spider demons or anything. So I consider it a win-win.
Did you grab? Where is Rakiri?
She seemed really interested in helping out the dying leg removed giant queen, and I'll be like, how's Siren? She's still paralyzed.
She's still, I don't know how long it's gonna last. I don't have any magic for this.
Yeah,
just trying to make her comfortable.
Yeah, fair enough. I figured it best to get us all out of there before she fell off the back or something while trying to fly away or hampering. It's just, you know what, we're safe now for the moment. Again, I consider it a win-win. Stage whispering, but it's like super loud because it's still a giant.
You're only poisoned for 1 minute.
Oh, good. Okay.
Siren.
So that's probably almost worn off.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
There you are. You're back. You're back. I'm sorry. There you are. You're back. Very nice. Very good.
Hello, darling.
Hi.
Well, that was probably the smoothest exit we've ever had from an event.
What's really fun is the camera placement is Siren, you're above Lagwin. And so you're like doing this, and then Lagwin's like, but you're in opposite. It's it.
Well, I mean, honestly, it seemed to work, which is surprising. I mean, I knew it would work all along. What an excellent plan.
You must be better on yourself. You know, you have a lot of good plans. You're a smart man.
I mean, we got the rod, and we're out. So, and it's
Where
masked.
is Rakiri?
I'm sure she's right. I told her to follow suit, so I'm sure she's right behind. She can fly. She'll be fine.
Rakiri lands on your shoulder.
Yeah, can I do that? Am I there yet?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Ask for a cracker. I don't know. Do something cute.
And how long are you going to be like this?
Probably another 23 hours and 59 minutes.
Oh boy, we should probably keep going.
Yeah, we could do that.
So we put some distance because the other giants could probably catch up if they wanted to.
Well, I may have bought us some goodwill.
Yes?
Yes, the giantess is saved, although we do have her stolen hairpin.
Well, get going. Fine. There seems to be giants all over the place, so it doesn't seem like it'll be truly out of place.
Should we see what the new rod does?
Ooh, yes. We should. Oh, what did that stone giant that was running up have to say? We're past them so quickly.
He didn't say much. He was more interested in the bride, really.
And then Siren looks over Shifter looks over at Siren and is just like, they were meant to be together.
You're such a romantic.
And then they drop the disguise self and look like Shifter again, and they're like, yes, weddings.
Are all weddings like that? It's my first one.
Oh, well, most of the ones I've been to.
Well, they're smaller. They're just generally, I'm used to them being smaller, but otherwise everything else is very consistent.
Yes, there was only one death at my parents' wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of death, the rod did something odd.
Oh?
Well, you see, I expended its use to heal the giant, and when I did, it had this burst of chaotic energy that set all the tapestries in the room alight, and it caused some of the exterminators to pop into snow.
The new one or the one you already had?
The one I've
not the
had.
exterminators, the Aarakocra servants that were serving the cloud giants.
Thanks.
Interesting. Perhaps did you do anything different?
Well, it's the first time I've used it up.
Oh. Then perhaps we should not use it up. Just in case. Seems too chaotic.
I would like to avoid being set aflame after just having been healed. That would be good.
Right. Well, why don't we keep moving? Shifter, can you identify this new rod piece?
Ooh, do I have the identify spell?
I do.
You're too big. Get out of here.
Like holding it. I think while you're giant, you need to talk in a slow, booming voice, Ted. So
I'll do it.
I'll do it for the show.
If that's what you
Jordan's
want.
just getting his revenge for all the times we made him talk in that voice cracky character.
You know he loves that.
He does.
It's a good voice. It's a good voice.
You will have to cast identify because I have not learned that spell from you as of yet.
Okay.
I mean, we could just
yeah, let's not
just use it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's an option we have.
If you want to save a spell slot.
No, I can do it as a ritual.
You need to know the command word. So you'd either have to spend a short rest to attune to it, kind of a thing, or you can cast identify and know what it does. So
okay.
Well, if we're traveling, we could also just say that's a short rest for us because we're just in Lagwin's hand the whole time.
Yeah, I'm doing all the work here.
It's true.
So yeah, if you want to not cast identify and just have me look at it over short rest, that's cool with me.
I'll take a walk.
Where are we heading?
Good question.
Towards Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, that was kind of my guess. Well, where's the rod pulling you guys now?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, it is taking you northeast.
What's in that direction? Do we know?
That's nowhere.
Northeast? Like into the plains?
Let me pull up a map. I really want to get you guys a magical map that goes, I'm the map. Never mind.
You have that power.
So, Baldur's Gate, you guys went east, correct? Yes, for quite a while through Elturel. You hit some mountains, and the mountains that you hit were the with the giants on top. And so northeast, and it's like northeast. It's not true northeast. It's more north than it is east. But that takes you to well, I don't know who would know the geography. Like, do your characters know this area of the Faerun or?
I don't think that I would.
It's pretty inland from the Sword Coast, so I don't know.
Definitely not.
And I don't know if we got a map or we didn't get a map.
I don't think you did. Yeah.
I don't think
If
so.
you want to make a history check or something, I'll let you do that, but only if you really feel like your character would probably know. But
I was just banging on somebody else knowing. So
west and down would be Candlekeep, so pretty much it's pulling you kind of in the opposite direction.
Okay.
Well, I'll just ask the party. Where would you like to go?
We do want to get over. I'm sorry. We do want to get over to Candlekeep at some point.
Thank you.
Should we head that way first, or should we go back to Baldur's Gate?
I mean, I could take us back to Baldur's Gate if you want, but if I do so, I guess I'll just sit outside the city. Well, and actually, no, it would be several days before we get back there. So.
Yeah, well, you'll be back to normal size.
Yeah.
Should we? I guess it depends. Do we want to check on the device first?
Well, that's true.
Where are our horses?
Didn't we leave them at the
the bottom of the hill?
At the base?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, and we told the freed servants, like definitely not to steal them.
We did do that. Those were our exact words. Definitely don't steal these.
Oh, right.
Lagwood, could you circle back around and
Yep.
just pick up the horses on your way?
Yeah. I'm gonna go. If they're there, I will attempt to.
Going to terrify them.
I'll be.
Will you though?
I will.
Put them in your pocket.
Pocket full
How
of
many
horses.
pockets
Pocket
does
full.
he have? Because we're already like in his other.
I mean, I've
pockets.
got. History would dictate at least 2 pockets. One for party members, one for horses, I guess. So yeah,
Just
anybody's
stop
listening.
shifting.
Please make fan art of that.
I can't help it. Lagwin wears very itchy materials. If
You're covered in a cloak.
If I were to go back, are the horses still there? Or would those people we were like, don't you dare? Did they take our horses?
I don't make a perception check. We'll see.
Okay. That is a 10.
No, you don't. I mean, how many horses did you have? 2?
3?
3?
Yeah, there's 3.
No, 2. No, it was it was 3.
Because you flew, Rikiri. So
Yeah,
it'd be
I
the
flew.
3 of you. So yeah, like you found 1 horse, maybe. Not maybe. I'll say you found 1 horse.
Okay, I'll be like, well, I found
Dustin
one.
Hoofman.
Dustin
Thank
Hoofman.
God.
I mean, one's better than none, right?
I have this image of us all in a little pocket like this, and all of our heads are poking out, and then the horse is just next to us, and like looks over and goes.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'll pick up the horse
Okay.
as gently and as calmly as a giant could pick up a horse.
It doesn't like it, but you can do it.
I'm gonna do it, and I guess I'll try and.
Does,
know
does
what?
anyone know how to soothe animals?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. If that's a cool thing. Jordan, I'll make an animal handling check to try to calm
yeah,
this.
there you go.
See how I do here. That is a 13.
Okay. So I want to make a horse whisperer joke where you like, I like read this in a book, and you like pick up the horse, and it's like,
Well, I am
just
trained
like,
in animal handling.
Horse,
So
horse.
He horse girls it. Puts his head on. Put its head on his.
Oh
head.
yeah. No, yeah. So you could put it in your pocket or whatever else you want.
Sure.
Who was in the most contact with the dwarven priest of Gond in Baldur's Gate concerning the orrery?
Not me.
Probably me.
I mean, I
No. Yeah, I think Lagwin was.
Yeah, I was the one who
Yeah.
got them there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So Lagwin, you hear in your head a sending spell. And it is that dwarven priest of Gond, and he says, just keeping you informed, here's an update and I'm bad at keeping this on a certain number of words, but in so many words, he tells you that they have figured out the power source of the orrery and have managed to bring a few things from other planes to Baldur's Gate.
Oh. Okay.
Still working on other things. Is there any destination you are actively looking for? You can reply to this message.
Problem. Ted says, his head. I could ask the party members, but I feel like that's responding to the spell. If I'm like, so what should we do? And then he hears like, so what should we do? And it just becomes like a whole weird sitcom game of telephone. I'm just gonna make the call, and I'll just tell him we're on our way back. We'll see you in a few. Make sure everything. Just be careful what you bring through the portal. Discuss further.
Okay.
And then I will then inform the party that Drun, the dwarf priest of Gond, he says they've been able to figure out some things with power sources, and they're able to actually bring things forth from other planes. They asked if we had any specific location we were curious about, and I told them that we'd just head back there and keep an eye on it, and we'd meet them in a few days. Don't do anything too crazy. I feel like if they're starting to bring things through, we should probably head back before.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. That's a significant development.
That I feel like that's concerning. Is anyone else concerned with that?
No, it's great.
I mean, in theory, I guess we could, it might be, they might have brought things good from like a wholly good plane. That could be something, right? Like, maybe they brought forth more bananas. That's the ultimate goal.
I would like to, those bananas that Lagwin's always eating. They're great. They look great. I just really want to try them.
You've had one.
No, of course he hasn't. Oh, they haven't. It's no, just for me. My bananas. But if it's possible to obtain a banana a day for everyone, well, I feel like we'll just be in that much better shape. That much potassium, everybody feel better.
Mm.
But I am worried that they were able to get it working so easily.
Yes.
Right.
Although it was working before, so can you stop bouncing so much? It's rather jarring.
I'm getting motion sick.
Do not throw up on me.
Don't do it near me.
I have to potty.
We there yet?
Can we stop?
Shift is pushing me.
Children. I mean, I will turn myself right back around. I'll take us back to that wedding. We'll have to answer for our crimes.
Shove Shifter.
Shifter shoves you right back. Siren started it. Dustin Hoofman farted.
Oh my goodness. Well, I will continue walking for a day. For as much as as a normal walking day. 8 hours or so.
I think it took you 2 or 3 days to get there. And since you're huge and you hasted, and maybe you could like haste yourself again, we'll say you arrive at Baldur's Gate that evening.
Ooh.
Okay. So what I kind of want to do is like have us get there to Baldur's Gate like the next day before I lose the giant size, because what I want to do.
Well, are you walking through the night to take a level of exhaustion?
No, I absolutely.
Okay. So you're gonna rest the giant.
Yes, as a giant. Yes, I will definitely.
I'll just sleep on his chest.
Don't roll over.
Yeah, no, I'm a very I trance, right? So I don't actually sleep. I can be
fine.
I can be ever vigilant in my not accidentally crushing my party members. And I'll prestidigitate my pocket because Dustin who's hanging out in there.
We're all like
clean it up a little bit.
These apples? Oh.
Horse apples.
Oh my
god. But what I want to do is the next day before.
So we're taking a long rest.
I assume a long rest is happening.
If that's
you can do that.
You
do that.
At the beginning of the next day, I cast Nistral's magic aura and all 3 of the rock fragments.
Right.
Also, what is the one we found to do?
Oh yes, it is called Fiat. Fiat. It has 1 charge that it gets daily at dawn, or it gets back. You can, as an action, cast haste, or you can use the charge while holding the wand. You can use your reaction to expend the charge and gain advantage on a saving throw you make to avoid being paralyzed or restrained. Or you can expend 1 charge and gain advantage on any check you make to escape a grapple. But it is in the custom items that I made. So you should be able to search FIAT for whoever wants that rod. And it feels the same as all the other rods. Rakiri and Lagwin really enjoy. Yeah, I shouldn't have done this. That was awful. Rakiri and Lagwin, you have the rod just feels like natural in your hand and stuff. And Shifter and Siren, it's still just like, these are just weird magical items that you don't like as much. You can still use them, they just don't, they're not simpatico or whatever, like
okay.
chakras are not aligning.
Okay, so in the morning, assuming we get this long rest, then happens night. Before I lose the giant size, I say, today I have a special treat. I will pull forth a giant size banana from the pouch.
Yeah.
And peel back this banana that's fit for a giant, which means banana for everyone.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't eat potassium. I don't eat phallic shaped things.
Your loss. I'll just cut it up.
You could have had a banana tent, like the peel.
Oh
could
my
have been
god!
a tent for all
We
these
could have had
people.
a banana tent peel.
Well, I already ate it yesterday.
Ted, what is wrong?
I ate the
with you?
banana yesterday in anger before the wedding.
Understand hindsight and do it better next time.
You know what? You're right. I will. You know what? I still have the banana peel. It's giant, but I won't be giant to carry it in a little while. So we can just, but yeah, no, I cut up giant banana so everybody can have some that wants it.
Amazing.
I'll eat some. I was joking.
Man, there is a lot of animals that are coming out of the woods, and they're just like little raccoons. Are just like, "What you got? Got some banana?"
Yeah. I mean,
deer.
We feed the forest.
Yeah,
I mean, we
no,
could.
Adillos. I don't know what's in the Forgotten Realms. I run a channel on it. Who knows?
Yeah. No.
Anything you want. This is your Forgotten
Displacer
Realms.
beasts. They're just like,
Ooh,
coming in.
Okay.
Cool.
12 beholders come down now.
Giant banana is the great equalizer.
That's true. I mean, if only not to tell Elminster about giant banana. Gonna change the realms forever. Yeah, so
just call up Ed, ask him to send a letter to his best friend Elminster.
Yeah, so no, I will share for the first time ever the extra dimensional banana because there's more than enough to go around.
So everybody, how does this banana taste?
A little warm.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you chopped it with a sword. So did the flavor dissipate through the whole, like, did the normal size banana flavor just in a giant banana?
I mean, everything else like proportionately changes when you shift to this huge size for the potion's magic. So I would assume so.
Well, it's perfectly ripe, so
every time. Every time.
Banana.
I love like artificial banana flavor. So my chunk of the banana tastes like banana, like Laffy Taffy.
I mean, that's so specific, but sure. See, this is what people come to watch D&D.
Yeah.
Giant extra dimensional banana.
I was trying to. I'm looking because I was curious. Is this the fungus plague banana, or this is like a current banana that we have? Because apparently the bananas of the 1940s were very tasty, but then a fungus wiped them all out, and now we have a different banana. And people who remember are like, those bananas are crap. Old bananas. That's where it was. That's where the money was at.
You're blowing my mind right now with this banana lore. Coming to Jordan with a silent PH in the middle's YouTube channel, banana lore.
That should be my next April Fool's joke. Is just like the history of the banana.
What about plantains, Lagwin? Can you whip some of those up?
I'm a slave to the magic of this trinket. So it's just a banana.
The banana bunch wakes up. Giant Lagwin picks you all up and heads towards Baldur's Gate. After a delicious feast of bananas, you leave the peel there for various vegetations to grow in the future. Baldur's Gate is on the horizon. Lagwin, you shrink down.
Knock it out of his pocket.
It's very exhausting. It's very scary. A comical scene happens where
your shirt is torn open.
A comical scene happens where everyone jumps out of your pocket except the horse. And then you're like, are you guys all safe? And then Lagwin looks to this side and there's like one horse hoof in his pocket, but the horse is on the outside. And he's like, what? Funny.
I thought you were gonna say that the horse shrank down with him.
Oh, that's not how magic works. But that would be especially when you go back to the stable. Here's your horse.
Yeah.
I don't really know what happened. I think like it rained.
That's how that works, right? Horses shrink in the rain. Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Who's taking
and
the
Baldur's Gate
rod?
is there. You guys can get back in, easy peasy. I'm assuming you want to go in and it's morning-ish. You can head straight to the orrery if you want, or what do you want to do?
I mean, I feel like that was kind of the number one concern is to head there. Strange goings on. Some did. Correct?
Yeah, we should keep an eye on them.
Yes.
Alright, yes, then to the orrery.
All right. It's still being guarded by your Zentarum / Flaming Fist thugs. But they recognize Siren and let you guys come on down. Sorry, I'm trying to find my notes about that area that we went to. Drun, the Cleric of Gond, and Milo, his friend, are busy at work. They cast that really high-level cleric spell that makes like a temple. So there's like a temple of Gond like within the basement that they're living out of while they're researching all of this. They're doing extensive research. You guys come walking down. The orrery is not activated, but it definitely is like energized. Like you see it's kind of got like a vibration to it almost, like they've been messing with settings and what have you. And you witness Milo, and he's tweaking some stuff, and Drun, the dwarf cleric of Gond, is like kind of overseeing it. And there are these little spherical creatures made of metal that have these like legs and arms and one gigantic eye, and they're just like walking around, and like Drund is looking at him and he's like, no, like get over there, and like Bert, and they kind of like move over and they're like trying to like fix stuff and mess around. So but they look very confused and they're not really sure if what they're doing is what they're looking for guidance, I guess, and Drund is not necessarily giving them guidance. So
I'm sorry, are those monodrones?
Oh, you can't. Yes, you got. Yes, hello, welcome. Oh, come on. Yeah, we're working on this whole thing. We got that. We were able to steal those guys from Mechanus. Yeah, we just plucked them right out. I don't know how to send them back yet, but
you're stealing sentient life forms from other planes of existence. Is this what you thought we meant when we said be careful with the device?
They have one thoughts. They can't have more than one. They're mono drones. They don't understand. So don't worry about that.
Yes, but they might be.
Them.
No. They might be whores, and I cannot stand by while you are stealing these creatures from my god.
Did you say?
Yep, I heard too.
HOR, it's whore.
What?
Oseron.
Gond says
the god Oseron.
God says well, not God.
I'm crying.
Yeah.
The god's name.
Might be whores.
You have a problem with the name whore?
There's no W or E. It's HOR.
Well, we didn't quite get that it was a possessive whore,
Yeah.
not a plural whores.
Oh, yes.
And you're like, they might be. They're like, don't worry, they're
Perhaps
only
we can
single-minded. Say... They only have one thought, and you're like, they might be whores. And we're like, what?
Okay, I get it now. I get it now.
Perhaps we can say of whore in the future to be more clear.
His other name.
Sex work is real work.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes, I mean, I don't know how that works. Spherical eyeball creatures.
It's
from a plane of law? I don't understand.
Let us refrain from going to Mechanus for a while.
Well, I mean, okay, so I mean, my understanding, we've kind of experimented with a few of them. If you just like stab them, they die real quick, and they go back to Mechanus and become a new monodrone. So, I mean, if you want to just take them out, we find them really helpful though. Like, hey, coffee, and like the guy comes up and he's got like a little plate of coffee and stuff.
Shifter's like, oh, so they're like, they work the way like demons and devils work.
I I mean, those are evil. These are just lawful, helpful creatures.
Oh.
They're lawful helpful.
That's my alignment. And then Shifter like gets ready to zap one of them and is like, no.
Just don't bring anything else over from that plane,
Yes.
please.
Doesn't seem quite
I mean, that's
right.
the easiest one though. Like we just start putting gear. Well, here, let me show you how it works. Okay, so we got to explain the whole thing. So this thing runs on magic, and then it has some kind of material, like a sacrifice almost that you give to then pull or push objects through space. So we could just push spell slots into it, so to speak. Like you can push magic into it, and what he means by that is like you guys could use your spell slots to charge this thing, and then with those spell slots and a specific key, it will take you to a specific plane of existence. And he says, as near as we can tell, this is not the same voice that I did for this guy later on, but I didn't read it, so please forgive me.
As long as he still has a VW, then
he's got the VW. It's good.
Good.
Yeah, there's like a mono drone like polishing it. And he's like, that headlight's fine. Get the other headlight. They're always one. They focus on one thing. But if you had, I think the lower planes is more of like a mortal sacrifice. Like you're talking blood and guts, probably some kind of human to get to some of the lower planes. But the upper planes is more of like a purging of the soul. You need to get rid of like something bad you did. You need to confess to it or something like that. The neutral planes, those are the ones that are really easy to get to, because we started playing around with various tools and gears and what have you. It looks like we don't have to sacrifice much, so we put those in, and then boom, like monodrone right there. It's really great. We're trying for a duodrone. I'm really excited for the 2 thought process robot.
I mean, really, we left this in good hands.
It doesn't seem right to me.
I mean, it's what's not right? What do you want? I mean, we're not hurting anything except for the one I killed, but he went back. Primus, I'm sure it's fine.
Can you not try inanimate objects?
Well, I mean, we kind of just pull the lever. We're still working on like exactly what to take and exactly what to push. So far, we haven't been able to send anything, but
then perhaps as you refine it, you can work more on pushing it toward not living things.
Well, what do you want from the upper or lower planes? Like, what am I supposed to get from you? Like,
that's not.
You have a purpose for this orrery.
Well, that is above your pay grade.
Then I'll continue with my experiments as I see fit.
That's not what I said.
No more populating the plane with your own servants.
All right.
In truth, I'm disappointed that you would use an object of such immense power for your own gain.
This is all experimentation. I mean, we've only taken like 6, and then there's like another one that like waves. Okay, 7. We've taken 7 of these guys over, but we're not taking any more. Like, we're trying other new stuff, you know? Like, you gotta repeat the experiment to make sure that it's working.
Well, good. And try to send them back.
Without killing them, please.
Without killing them.
Ooh, yeah, the second part of that. Okay, yeah, I'll focus on that.
Yes, let's focus on pushing things through the other way. And if you're going to Mechanist, please put something nice through.
I like flowers? I don't
care. As long as it's not offensive to my god.
Bring the kitten! Kitten! Come on!
No! Oh, living things! He's gonna send you through a thing.
Little Asmodeus will send you through. No.
Aww.
I kid. Like that was the cutest meow. No. I kid. He doesn't say kitten. He's just like, we'll practice with probably some rocks first. There's lots of rocks. Maybe some bones.
Rocks
that's like sort of organic, and we'll see.
Don't touch the bones.
Bones may be threatening.
No,
don't
remember?
Okay.
Yeah, no. They have a tendency to animate. Don't touch.
All right.
Rocks sound great.
Yeah, giant bird. I'll find one. Okay.
What?
You.
It makes
These
sense.
jokes.
I get it. How are those Zentarum doing?
They're good. They report to you guys that like since they've set up such an established thing of and by this time I guess the actual Zentarum would have been coming in as well.
Oh, cool.
So there's probably more like Zentarum troops that are kind of overseeing this. And they do report back. They're like, nobody's really trying to access this. Like, if they are, they're repelled by the fact that we've set up this perimeter and stuff. And they also say to you, Siren, like, normally in this situation, especially in Baldur's Gate, we get a lot of bribes. And we have not, which is kind of surprising. Like, nobody's just like, for 100 gold, can I at least see the orrery? Can I do this? And so it's either very well hidden, or the people that knew about it aren't looking for it, which could be odd.
That is very odd.
I'm not getting any bribes, and I'm honestly disappointed.
Yeah.
All right.
Makes up 30% of my income.
Perhaps they've moved on to a different one, feeling that this has been taken.
That's not a good sign if it means they have another. Jordan, how long has it been since I wrote my letter to my people?
I was just thinking about that, and I honestly forgot. But you informed them of what again?
That this was down here and that they should bring people to come and study it.
Come and study it? Okay.
Yeah.
So we will also say that 2 cowled wizards have arrived. And they have not... do they have authorization to get down there?
I probably would have told the Zentarum that.
Okay.
To let them
so the Zentarum probably say like, there were these people, they said they knew Shifter, but like we didn't have credibility or something. But for the most part, you can go meet them in town and they can come down and you can escort them down and bring them onto the project if you so wish. So.
Yeah. Good. I'm gonna go find them. I'm gonna do a secret handshake. I'm gonna make sure no one else is looking.
Yeah, right. You gotta keep it secret. Yeah. You cast darkness over the hand and then do it.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, they're dressed very much in the same robes as you. I think it's fun to say they all kind of have like featureless faces in a way. Unless that's your thing. I shouldn't steal that, I guess.
No, they would all have cowls that have their face shadowed, so you can't see their features, just like I do. So they would actually look just like me.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It gets very confusing when I run into them. Shifter? No, all right, sorry.
Actually, there's probably a great scene where you're with like Siren and you're like, oh, there they are over there, and it's like a bugbear and a like little girl. And you're like, what? And they're like, oh, they're in disguise. And then you walk over and they like shift back to their like, they're just like, oh, Shifter. But yes, they're here. They're just like, just kind of frank with you. They're like, you've uncovered something for and are we here to take it back?
It seems like it's a little too difficult to move, at least not right away. We need to figure out how it works first. This is a joint operation between the Zentarum and the Amian government because we found it at the same time. I informed the superiors via my letter. I don't know if you heard any differently, but that is in the name of peace. I assume that is how we will be carrying this out.
The peace is always an option, but there is also the idea that there might be too many cooks in the kitchen.
Well, I think the first ones to boot out would be those idiots. Just sort of subtly points over towards the priest of God with like all their little
Modrons
robot guys running around. Oh God, they're like the minions. I just realized that.
Now I hate them.
No.
Now I hate them. It's like they're not being very responsible about the magic that they're using.
Does that make the priest of God a boomer?
I don't have no response. The cowled wizards say he isn't being very responsible, but he's oddly effective. we've seems like he's figuring this out and doing things. You didn't leave a goal for what we're for this orrery. What is our, I mean, are we to secure it? Are we to take it away from the Zentarum? Are we to study it just so we can relay information back? An object of this, an artifact of this magical power could be, I mean, if we could send anything anywhere, our enemies would be utterly helpless. Like magical explosions in the center of government buildings of opposing nations. I mean, think of the possibilities.
I'm going to tell to them privately that two things. One, that the notes that the Priest of Gond are taking are booby trapped to go up in flames as soon as I say a special word, because I used my trinket that last session. I did that. So I'm like, so you don't need to worry about that. I need you to figure out how this works, either from the Priest of Gond or just on your own. And then I will see what I can negotiate about us bringing us dismantling the device and bringing it back to Spellhold with the Zentarum.
I know you have a relationship of sorts with this Zentarum woman, but we can't trust them.
I didn't say anything about trusting them. They're already involved, and it's business. To just take it from them would provoke a great deal of violence and retribution, and we don't want that down on us.
Correct. We'll relay our information back to headquarters and keep you informed. What of the rod fragments?
I'm holding 2. One of my other party is holding 1. I will be attempting to secure all of them as soon as possible.
Very good. Understood. And they'll get to work on the machine. What else would you guys like to do in Baldur's Gate?
I just want to make sure I check in on Sugar Lips, Peacock, and Grenadine and make sure they're doing okay.
Yeah. Sugar Lips is he's gotten a little salty in his life. Grenadine is Grenadone lately and just not able to get out of bed. Oh no. Peacock is he's just
really molting right now.
Just molting. Molting. Anyway, I don't know. They're fine.
Okay.
I'm really good at NPCs, Ted.
No, that's I specifically wrote that in my notes, that those 3 names, and then with a little carrot that says "Hire Jordan, Best DM." So I just wanted to make sure that I checked in on those.
Yeah.
Showing that I'm taking notes on the important parts of the campaign.
And they're just like, Lagwood, it's so good to see you. You guys have a whole day where they take you to the sites. There's a Ferris wheel in Baldur's Gate. You go all the way, all over. And then at the end of the day, they're just like, you know what, Lagwin, take this. And they give you 10 gold for just like being their best friend.
I'll take it. Well, sure. Thank you.
Rikiri, Siren, anything you would like to do?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think I really have too much, honestly.
Okay.
Like I'm probably more interested in the Ori than anything else.
Okay. And so I'll say overall, like you're probably investigating the Orrery with the Priest of Gond and the Cloud Wizards and stuff. And you do it. It's almost like a siphon. Like you can touch it and you just feel, now that you're understanding the controls, you can like push spell slots into it. You lose those temporarily, like you would if you were casting a spell, but it energizes the device and allows it to then transport. But it takes a lot of magical energy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I'll talk with the Zents that came down.
Mm-hmm.
Probably while Shifter's talking to his people, and just ask, is there any word as to instructions on what we'd like to do?
There's a definitely we want to keep this for ourselves. I'm not sure. I understand that we need to understand it, and that's why our friends, the wizards, are here, and those clerics over there. But this is far too powerful to stay in the hands of them, but most of all, Baldur's Gate. And I think we need to move this to a secure location closer to Waterdeep, but not within the city.
Agreed. However, working with the government of Arm is a priority. I'm sure that the ghost has told you this.
Yes, she has.
So
doesn't mean we agree.
Well, it's not your job to agree. Anyways, play nice with the wizards. We'll be checking in. I've got eyes, so don't go around orders, I should say.
They're talking about some kind of a sacrifice to get to the lower planes. Can we offer up a wizard or a priest? For experimental purposes only.
I would say if we're going to sacrifice something, make it something that isn't worth anything. Grab something from the street.
Very well.
If one of the wizards was to be used, that could have great and terrible ramifications.
I understand. Accidents happen, but we will be very careful.
Good. I hope to have reports, the proper paperwork.
Of course. Triple signed.
Good. I will be informing the ghost that you are cooperating.
We aim to please. Yeah, and with that, they're going to continue their research. The Priest of Gond can, again, use the sending spell to Lagwin whenever he wishes. Stop talking to Grenadine and get down here, Lagwin.
Yeah, I will make my way back down.
But are you guys wanting to, where would you like to go next? Follow Rod Fragments, go to Candlekeep?
I guess maybe
those are kind of our options now, I think.
Maybe we should look for a map.
Oh, you can get a map, yeah.
Let's get a map.
Yeah, good idea.
Get a magical map.
Yeah, a Sword Coast / inner, area map, so we can see it's pointing us towards clearly a desert or a mountain range. Have an idea where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we can create some sort of diagram as to where the pieces have been, so that we can plan where the next ones might be.
It could be a pattern. That'd be good. Good to know. But I take it that our priority first is getting to Candlekeep and perhaps try to fuse some of these fragments.
Yes, that would be a good idea.
Probably, I would imagine we could find relatively entry map. I mean, standard map here in the city.
Sure. Shopping.
So I will let you guys have for minimal gold, and you can search around because it's Baldur's Gate. You could probably find something that they don't have maps that go as far as like Zakara and the far east and what have you, but you can get a map of most of Faerun.
Okay.
Excluding Chult and things like that.
Sure.
So the map I sent you in our private Discord is the one that you guys can reference. Awesome. And knowing the locations that you were at, you guys were in the Sunset Mountains with the Cloud Giants, and it's pulling you to the Anorak Desert, is what it looks like.
Oh, joy.
Yeah, I wanted to say earlier I was looking at a map in my web browser and I'm like, we're going to the Anorak Desert, aren't we? So that's pointing.
Northeast is all that.
It's a big desert.
All right. Well,
Candlekeep is how many days away?
Probably like one. It's not very far. It's just below Baldur.
Oh, I see
State.
it.
Yeah.
I went right past it. Well, we'll be in a beautiful city. not sure I've gone that far south.
Oh, it's lovely. I mean, not as lovely as going a little farther south, but it's quite nice. The weather gets much more temperate. Now we're spending the evening in Baldur's Gate. I assume Shifter looks at everyone.
Yes.
And our business is mostly concluded, aside from some well-deserved shopping.
Yes.
So who is coming to dinner with me? And I cast Alter Self on myself and throw back my hood, and I look like Matt Berry. And I'm just like, Jackie Daytona is taking everyone out on the town.
Oh, I would love that. Thank you.
I suppose it would be a nice reprieve after our most recent journey.
Agreed.
Where are we going?
Oh, there are so many places. Goodness.
Are there any nice places?
Oh, we're at Baldur's Gate. There are plenty of nice places. You just need to go to the Upper East Side. I'm thinking tapas.
Ugh. It's less food for the same price. I don't understand it.
But it's just so exquisitely plated.
And while this is going on, we're going to take a break, ladies and gentlemen. Grab a snack and get yourself a glass of wine, and we will be back in 10 minutes-ish to play some more D&D and see if we're going to spend the next 45 minutes eating at a restaurant or if we're going to go to Candlekeep. It's going to be very exciting.
I'm excited to find out.
Knowing this group, which do you think it is?
Post in the comments below. Like and subscribe.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're going to some kind of restaurant, or I don't know. What do you guys want to do?
We don't actually have to play out that scene.
Yeah, Shift does his whole
It could be a really good roleplay moment. I don't know.
Well,
I
I will
mean-
say that after dinner, Siren is going to ask Lagwin if he still has. You found a instrument that plays itself, yes?
I did, yes.
Darling, would you please start that for me?
Sure. That it was. I believe we landed. It plays itself, so I will go loot and have it play itself.
Shifter, I owe you a dance.
Oh, you remembered.
Pause. And Shifter is going to dance with Siren.
Yes.
It's very cute.
It's a foxtrot.
Beauty and the Beast.
But which is which?
Mm.
All I know is I'm the candlestick. So.
Yeah, so I will do that. And then I'll also be like, so we have this giant slang greatsword. Any thoughts?
Oh my gosh, we could have gotten more gold from the dragons. Fuck!
Oh.
I mean, we
True.
can, go back and feels like a bad idea.
No, the time has passed.
Perhaps we can just sell it.
Yeah, that was more trade.
Do we think there's any possibility that that giantess is going to catch up with us and try to take back her rod fragment? Probably not, because she doesn't have legs, right?
Well,
Catch up would be hard. But,
they did give her stone legs. But I'm not sure how mobile they are. They're probably quite heavy.
So we're probably fine. I'm sure you can sell it.
Yeah, I also mean, do they know? I don't believe they know who we are technically.
I don't know who I am.
We didn't really give them a location of where we're from. We met with those two elves and sounded like they were whispering.
Oh, those two elves were so annoying.
So I did maybe get them. I don't know about imprisoned, but they are not free.
Rikiri, my hat is off to you.
Well then.
I'm so proud. What'd you do? What'd you tell?
All I did was tell the truth. They were trying to throw me under the bus.
Sometimes the truth can be used as a weapon.
Well, guess that settles that then.
So sell the sword, go to Candlekeep.
Right. Speaking of Candlekeep, I don't know, we have this associate that may be waiting for us there. I believe, do we need some sort of thing to get into Candlekeep? I don't believe anyone can just go.
I didn't talk to that strange puppeteer woman. You did.
That's true. I know she had said that she had someone waiting there that we could speak to, but I don't know if we can just say that up front and get inside, or if we need to, follow the typical means.
Do we have to have a reason to get into Candlekeep? Is that a thing?
Jordan, what does Lagwin know about getting into Candlekeep?
Or
what would it be a general knowledge?
I mean, you're a wizard, I guess.
I am.
Wow. And so and it's, you've been involved on the Sword Coast. The Cowled Wizard Shifter is from the south of Om, so he probably knows this, but maybe it's a little thing. But Candlekeep does not allow you to visit unless you present a book that they don't own, or a scroll or something. So you have to provide information that is not currently in their library to be allowed to stay for a 10-day, and then you're kicked out again until you come back with something else. Or you're sponsored by like a really high up wizard, but even then you kind of still need like a peace offering, so to speak. And it could be, in that case, if you're sponsored by a wizard, it could be a recipe that is like, hey, we don't have that recipe, because it's not just magical lore. Like, they take every book. It literally is this huge library of all knowledge in the realms. So it could be like a book that Siren wrote, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
In your case, not being sponsored by a wizard who has access to Candlekeep, they're probably looking for something really unique.
So I will bring that up to everyone. I don't want to step on any toes. I know secrets and things you can't say for organizations that you can't say that you work for or whatever, but I don't, thinking about it a little bit further, we may just waltz in something substantial to gain entry.
Yeah, I have that. Jordan reminded me. I have that that spell book that we got from the evil wizard lady who was guarding the orrery, right? Am I correct in that?
You are correct. It is covered in darkness. You know it's a book, and when you hold it, you can read it, even though everyone else looking at you, it looks like you just have your head in like a field of darkness. Like, it's a weird book.
Trust me, this is a book. I'm positive. And I'm sure they'd find it interesting. It's full of spells, but they're very off color. It's not really something I want to be able to cast.
Well, all right then. If it sounds like that may work as a means of entrance, so that may have that solved then. Because that was the only thing I was worried how we would get in. You all seemed both very much hush hush about this orrery, because I was going to suggest that notes and research done on that would be a good way. Well, providing them with that knowledge. You wanted to keep that under wraps, so the spellbook may be our best option.
It seems it's settled.
Well, all right then.
With the shot.
And we only need one book for the whole group.
Yes. There are. This is just funny knowledge, but yes, there are rules that say either way. It's either like everybody needs to have something, or you could have one piece for the group, and I will allow one piece for the group. So I don't feel like if you go to Candlekeep, you're gonna be. I mean, who knows? We'll see.
I guess it depends on who.
Yeah, that's true. Like, black books. We got a lot of those. That's like 90% of my NPCs, just those aggressive, like, And then the other ones are like, hey, everybody. Anyway. Are you guys getting more horses? The stable guy's a little upset. Where's my horses?
Yeah, we'll pay him.
Okay.
Yeah.
20 gold.
Okay.
2 horses.
You
have your other horse back, but you're renting him.
Cool.
But we're keeping Dustin Hoofman. We've been through a lot.
Yeah, he's good.
You have a horse in your pocket, you know.
T-shirt. Once you've got a horse in your pocket.
Have it be one with a pocket with a little horse having its head.
Yeah.
Mm.
We'll get into that equine
market
group of people market.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, there were some trinkets donated.
Trinkets. We found a whole
Hey.
bunch.
Just
and
2.
I thought of this. He's pulling.
Yeah.
Sorry, the priest of Gond is using the device and demonstrating
Yeah.
it, and as he's demonstrating it, these trinkets come shooting out.
Oh my god.
All right, Shifter, you have a stone disc that grows red hot on command,
Nice.
and
I'm
I
gonna
have
reheat some stuff.
a top hat that my familiar can pop in and out of.
Yes. So useful. But I mean, you could just make him appear like 30 feet away.
Yeah.
Up.
Now,
Get
really,
outta
what it
here.
comes down to is I just have a top hat now.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh no.
Really, just goes with the sunglasses and the Jedi robe.
Do you? We're starting to look like MMO characters.
I was gonna say, yeah, we are just
the best
like,
gear, but not necessarily the aesthetically pleasing stuff.
Yep.
Do you want to try and sell this Sword of Giant Slaying?
I mean, right? Also, we're carrying it around. So.
Let's do it.
Yes, I guess we'll try to do that.
Do we
All
know
right,
someone
whoever
in this town?
is what?
Do we know someone in this town?
I mean, Flaming Fist people / Zentaran people,
Mhm.
but I don't think so overall.
It's a big enough city. I feel like we might find someone if we.
Absolutely, and I was gonna say make a persuasion check. Whoever wants to try.
Not
and
me.
a sword.
No, I'm not selling them.
I will persuade. You're welcome. 17.
All right. So they will offer you like 6,000 gold for this sword. Like it's pretty good. They want it.
Wow.
Siren betrays nothing on her face except for her eyebrows just go. Sure, 6,000. Does that sound good for everyone?
And the guy behind him was just like, you should have asked for less. And he's like, I don't know anywhere. It's a real expensive. We can at least sell it for 8. And they, they'll take the sword from you and they'll give you 8,000 or 6,000.
Okay.
Wow.
We're
Okay.
splitting that evenly.
I mean, that would be.
Cool.
All right. Well, then yes, to Candlekeep.
Everyone
Yeah!
gets 1,500.
Currency tracker. That's one of the best things.
With D&D Beyond, it's easier than ever to track your currency.
We'll do it for free.
Jordan's going to complain about D&D Beyond. If you have 2 gold and you subtract and 0 silver, we'll say this. You have 2 gold, 0 silver. You subtract 5 silver. It doesn't take away from the gold.
Yeah.
You have to do it manually. And I'm not a programmer. That's an easy thing to program. I really, really want them to implement that, because if it would just automatically do my math for me, that choice. Because right now I've got 2 platinum in another game, and I'm like, how? Okay, I've got to just tell me my money. Ladies and gentlemen, we're heading to Candlekeep. Yeah, horses riding in the morning. You guys got a fresh
Birds
long rest.
flying.
Birds flying, so exciting. Everybody's happy. A dog barks in the distance. You're like, that's a good omen, and you go. No real problems. There's a main road that goes to Candlekeep, and then I think actually I should read this. So, because there's going to be somebody who's like, Jordan, actually. But there's another road that goes specifically to Candlekeep that you have to take. and it's got a specific name because Ed Greenwood. Yeah, I don't know.
Listen, he's just
The road.
he's
the
just
road has a
copying down what he's
specific-
told. Okay,
Way of the Lion. Yeah, he's told.
Like,
Him
you
and
can't
Elminster,
you
they have
can't
tea.
you can't put it on him. He's just told what to write. He just writes
So
it.
as you guys are going down this road, this main road, there is a little subsection that goes off, and it's called Way of the Lion, and you know that is the way to Candlekeep. You take it. It's huge. It's built on a cliff that oversees the ocean, and it's just this like fortress that has been built kind of Hogwarts style, like, oh, we need to have more room, so they build more over here, and it just looks like odd, like more towers kind of growing randomly from it, magically probably held together at this point. And there's a large fence around it, and there are 2 guards at the very entrance of this as you come riding up, and they stop you, and they ask straight up, like, what is your business in Candlekeep?
We search for knowledge.
Yadoy. Now, why are you here?
Our presence was requested by someone.
Oh, who?
Shifter looks at everyone else. What? I don't know what their name
Oh,
was.
let me get back in my notes.
Do we know their name? I mean, we know they're one of the body, right?
But body aren't like real people. I mean, like they are real people, but like they're a secret society that nobody knows about. Like if we say, yeah, we're here for the body, they're not going to be like, oh yeah, we know them. Go ahead.
Right.
This information lookup brought to you by everyone except Brenna, because they all seem to take notes, and they're looking at their notes except Brenna.
It's
So
all up
Brenna,
here,
how you doing?
baby.
Yeah, it's all up there. You're 100%. I don't remember if he gave you his name either.
I don't feel like we
so
got
I'm going to
him.
say that he didn't. I think it's just like you have a contact there. Yeah.
I tell the guard, that is not the knowledge that we are currently sharing.
Well, all knowledge is shared in Candlekeep.
Well,
where's the fun in that?
Well, we're not in Candlekeep yet, so.
Touche. And you won't be on your way.
Look, we have this book. We thought you might be interested in it, and I pull out the black book.
Okay.
Will this? And I like start to hold it out, and I'm like, will this be enough?
And as they reach for it, you're like,
I'm like, no. Will it be enough to let us in?
Yes. If you desire knowledge and you are willing to pay the price, we can let you in. Will you need stables for your horses?
Yes, and a room.
And you'll need how many rooms?
2?
2.
Sure.
All right. Knowledge is powerful. There are many secrets and areas in Candlekeep that you must understand cannot leave Candlekeep. If you attempt to steal any knowledge, steal any books, take anything, and he lists off like, all of these crazy rules that are basically don't be a dick. Can get you permanently expelled from Candlekeep, and you will never be allowed to come back again. They take the book and they kind of like scan it really quickly, and they're like flipping through it, and they're just like, and they ask you specifically, Shifter, where did you get such an artifact?
Off of some dark wizard. I believe they worshipped fiends of some sort.
This has detailed information about the Shadowfell and various aspects of undeath.
Yeah, it was all a bit too icky for me.
Oh, I understand. Well, thank you for your donation. There is a library book deposit box on the side, and he walks over and shoves it in.
Nice.
And he says, we are the Avowed. Please ask us for assistance or help. If you try to help yourself, make sure you are successful as to not cause problems or misindex any books. You are welcome throughout the area. The restricted section's clearly off. No, that's, sorry, Harry Potter. But you are welcome. If you would like to get anything transcribed, there is a fee of money. We will talk about anything that you would like to keep after you leave. But again, the books need to stay here. And enjoy your stay in Candlekeep.
Understood.
And they let you in.
Library action.
Now is the real exciting part. Research and history. Hi, everybody. Jordan with a PH. I run a lore channel. No.
We skipped the dinner scene so we could get to the research.
Yeah, so we could really get to...
Really
I'm so glad.
But you are looking for somebody. Yeah, you have a problem.
Someone, an associate of our Questra. Name is. So that's.
Are you asking this to the Avowed that you?
Yeah, I'll ask it. I'll be like, do you know of anyone? We met an associate named Questra. She said there may be an associate who resided here. Do you happen to know who that might be?
Questra. We can ask about from the Avowed, but I don't believe that we. No, I mean personally, and he like looks at the other one. He's like, "Do you? No, I don't. I've not heard of the name Arquestra, nor do I remember it from my research in the vast books that we have here in Candlekeep. There are many Avowed that work here, though, so perhaps it is one of the other monks, or visitors only stay for 10 days. So if your visitor has come and gone, then I apologize, they are gone.
Does someone
perhaps they are a monk here?
Perhaps. Do you know anybody who studies the Vadi? Or the Queen of Chaos, anything like that?
Oh yes. That would be Jordan has a name. He has a name. Damn it. Where did I put it?
It's in the notes.
He's like, yes, Khadij is very interested in specifically, and that's Qadeej. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'm terrible at pronunciations. But they're like,
this in the book?
Yeah, this is in the book, in the Rod of Seven Parts game. But he's like, Khadij can help you. He thrives on those old fairy tales, many of them from the Greyhawk area, but we don't really research that. We're more concerned with the realms, if you understand.
Right.
Faerun and what have you. But he does research a lot of those. He might be able to help you. But I think they're all fairy tales. You'll be fine.
Of course. Nothing like that could be real. Have a good day.
We can set up a meeting later today, this evening, or would you prefer to talk to him in the morning or look around yourself?
If they are available, is there someone we can find them?
Yes. He usually is in the courtyard meditating at this time, and you know the time to go. So
the sooner the better.
Indeed.
And Shifter turns to everyone else and they just say, like, out of earshot of the monks, just like, I hate libraries.
They're so boring.
They're so fun.
They just remind me of school, headmasters, getting hit in the knuckles with rulers. It was unbearable.
They hit you in the knuckles? If we got out of line at my school, we were stabbed.
Ugh. Well, when you have to cast spells and do intricate finger work, having very damaged hands is fairly detrimental.
I suppose.
I seldom misbehaved, but when I did, I was merely banished to another plane for a short period.
Ah. Nothing like hanging out in the plane of fire for a couple of days, am I right?
Just don't stop flying.
They don't call it Planescape Torment for nothing. Made myself laugh at my own stupid joke.
Interesting history I'm learning.
I can tell you more.
I mean, perhaps we have at least a 10-day while
I can teach you about all my siblings. The adopted ones.
Yeah, seeking knowledge.
Are they tieflings as well?
No, well, one of them. He's not. I was adopted with a bunch of children. I mean, my father is my actual father, but my mother ran a school of orphan children. that she trained to be assassin. So
I think having siblings would have been fun.
Oh, it is. Except for you're all very much like me and trying to get away with things and blaming it on other people. And, the older children get to mess with the younger children more. And, well, it was definitely interesting.
Do you get to talk to them or see them?
Oh, not often. Most of them are part of my group, but they are away on missions, and some of them are dead.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that wasn't a fun day. But those who misbehave need to be punished. All right, let's go.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, you guys go to meet this gentleman named Khadij. And he is a very old-looking human man. And he's got red robes, and he's sitting cross-legged in kind of a courtyard area, like looking at a tree, just meditating and mumbling to himself. I will say, as you guys are walking through, you hear the certain monks of Candlekeep, and they're chanting, and it's this same chant that they're going through over and over and over. And oddly enough, you hear what is probably the name. Well, so actually, I should ask this before I do this. So, Lagwin, is Lagwin short for something in Elvish? Or is it like, and I'm putting you on the spot here. We haven't really talked about this, but like, do you feel like it's just a name, or is it something that is like Tim instead of Timothy? Is it Lagwin instead of Laguian Labando or something? I don't know. I can't read or write. Let's be honest.
No, I'm gonna say it's probably not short for anything.
Okay.
So.
Does it mean anything like force or nature or light side? I don't know. Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, definitely. Republic, Jedi, Grey, Metachlorian, just all. There's many meanings.
My name translates directly to Darth Revan.
Yes, it's crazy how that works.
Weird.
No, you hear these monks, and they're chanting, and the way they're chanting, they're speaking about an elf that will basically save Faerun and save the world, and the name Lagwin is dropped. But like he goes by sorry, I should back up. I'm kind of anyway. Sorry.
No, please.
Gave away the Ted's the Ted is the linchpin of the game.
Not necessarily that, but like they're chanting about that this Lagwin will be the savior, and he will save the plains. Law will rule, and they talk a lot about that. And then it goes back into some other stuff, like when the world ends, it will end in fire, and da 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 and stuff. And they just keep chanting these like passages.
What language is this in?
Common.
Oh.
Did anyone else just hear them say Lagwin?
Yes.
Perhaps.
Yes, I did.
Oh, now he's going to get a big head. This is annoying.
Do people often sing songs of you, Lagwin?
No, this is the first time. I mean, I thought about lying, but I'm awful at it. So no, this is the first time I've ever heard anyone sing a song about me. I do feel like it's fitting that it's in a library, though, where they sing songs about me.
Lagwin down and sing this. No.
The cloistered knowledge seekers who are kept behind a fortress wall where you have to pay knowledge to gain entry are singing a song about, or at least with my name in it, about all these other things, which that's completely news to me, so that's interesting.
I mean, I don't mean this in a bad way, but is Lagwin a common name among elves? Like, is it the John of elves.
I don't believe it's the John of elves. Let me put it this way: I've never met another Lagwin, and I feel like if it was indeed the John of elves, I would have met several.
Lagwin Doe. Lagwin.
Yeah.
Smith.
Yes, you're right.
That's another shirt, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Whew, getting on that merch like crazy. No, I don't believe this. Like I said, I never met one. I mean, it could. Maybe it is. It's just different. I mean, I'm not pretending to know all of the elves and all. Well, that's.
You're taking this quite well.
I mean, it also talked about the world ending in fire, so, you know.
Don't worry, you'll
great.
save it. No,
I mean, I guess I will.
anything.
Right, no pressure. No, law will rule. Which, you know, we're looking for a rod made of by seekers of law, so maybe there is some correlation, or maybe it's just like a fun song, and they heard our name when we were walking in, and it's just like a joke they.
Why don't we
Yes,
ask?
they do seem very jokey.
You know, I mean, I'm not saying it's very, you know, witty humor. You know, I really don't. We're here for something. I'm not gonna go ask these people why they're singing, and I thought I heard my name. Maybe
Siren
later.
is walking off to go
Yeah,
ask these people.
I wanna
Excuse me. I'm terribly sorry to interrupt your song. It's lovely. I had a question about it, young Padawan.
They just keep chanting.
Right.
And it's a very long chant, so you haven't heard like the whole thing, like they haven't restarted yet, but they look at you and they just keep chanting, and then they kind of walk away and keep walking. And there's like 6 of them.
Right. All right. You killed that one first. Sorry. Let's go.
We'll come back to them.
Yes. Well.
Shifter sees that they just don't respond and then walk away, still chanting, and just whispers to Siren, they're stupid. That's why they were talking about that. It all makes sense now.
Come, savior of the world. Let's go.
In my words, not mine. Really their words. But anyway, let's go find Siege.
Yes, so you walk up to this frail-looking old man in red robes and bald, but not from a shaved head, just like is old, and is male pattern baldness. And he's kind of meditating in front of a tree. He's very quiet. You could tap him on the shoulder. Do you want to announce yourselves? What do you want to do?
Yeah, good throat clear. Be a good move.
No, I was on.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Hello. Is anyone else here in this space?
We are all in this space together.
Jordan, is anyone else in this space?
I assume all of you are. I don't know.
I mean, like any other outside people.
Just the chanting monks.
The
they're
chanters
walked away.
walked away.
But for the most part, it's just you and him. Yes.
Hello, we've been sent by people to speak to you about the Vardy.
Well, who specifically sent you?
I forgot her name. What was her name?
Orchestra.
Equestra.
Oh!
A quest lady.
Yes, a quest lady. Oh, you're the hero. You're here about the Queen of Chaos. Oh, of course. Oh,
all right, calm down.
How can I help you? Yes, he gets very energetic and he's up and about.
Oh gosh. All right, sit down. You're going to hurt yourself. Yes, we had questions.
I am here to answer and save the multiverse. Yes, answer questions. Go ahead. Yes, I'm full of knowledge.
Well, what was
What's our quest? I don't.
Why are
no,
we
I mean,
here?
did we want to? I guess what I'm trying to lose. Did we want to? Well, we had heard that there may be means of etching pieces of this rod to combine them together. Do you know anything about that?
And his eyes get really big, and he says, "You have fragments of the rod of 7 parts?"
We did not say that.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna say that.
No, but we had
The rod of law
But yes, that rod.
Let's say
here in Candlekeep. Can
No,
I see?
That's not what we said. We don't.
No.
I didn't
Don't
say
you?
that we
But
had one.
you want to etch runes on it. I
But
must see it.
if we get some,
Is it possible? And do you know how to do it?
Yes, it is. We can. There is a process for recombining the rod into its original. And come with me, and he leads you through a complicated stairwell and what have you to a section of the library. He pulls out a book that looks pretty. I don't know what's the word. Ambiguous to you, like it's just kind of like whatever. And he flips to a certain section and he starts reading and he says, "That which was sundered on Pesh's plain holds back chaos's reign. Yet the Vadi's deed shall remain undone until the seven again become one. This is what my people will not listen to. They sit and they think that they are fine in their castle, but until we re-establish the rod of law as a single piece, that is the only time that we will be free of the Queen of Chaos. They think I'm mad here." Some guy walks by and he just goes, "Mad!"
Oh, that's got to be annoying.
Can you tell us more about the Vadi?
Well, the Vadi is me. And like he looks around, and then he's like, "My disguise, I apologize." And he drops this illusion that he's wearing, and you see him grow into a blue, like 8 foot tall man. And he's very old, and he's just like, "We are the Vadi. I've been cast out for questioning our rule on the Queen of Chaos and the decisions to ignore her coming back." No, and then he like polymorphs himself back down to a frail old man.
Do they or do they not look like the Navi in Avatar?
They do not. They look like what's the name of the
Dr.
blue
Manhattan.
guy?
Dr. Manhattan.
Is what I
Dr.
was
Manhattan.
thinking.
Yeah, they look like Dr. Manhattan. Like no irises, just like a white eye, and very
Okay.
very tall and blue and muscular. Yeah.
Oof. How's that? How's you know? How is
It's a
it?
body with a body.
There you go.
Merch for days here at Nerd. I'm trying to remember, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember when we had the vision about all that stuff. Were there blue people in that vision? I can't remember. We had like outside of Baldur Gate, and there was.
I think there were.
Yeah, there were.
It was and you.
They
you
were
see
like
him,
flying, weren't they?
Yeah.
but they were flying on hippogriffs and stuff like that,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was like a huge battle between these spider fiends and him, or
Is it-
and them.
Is it
And
the same?
and your patron came down as well. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, and it's the same. Looks the same.
Yeah.
As-
Yeah.
okay.
Same species.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, he's certainly. the
Sorry,
real
I just
deal.
blew your mind. Old body joke. Yeah.
Oh no.
I knew it was coming as soon
That
as he
was-
said it. I just like knew it.
That was almost too good though. But Shifter's gonna be like, well, he seems like the real deal.
Yes.
And
perhaps we
honestly,
should
I can't keep casting 3 spell slots every day.
Right.
Perhaps we should go somewhere private.
Such a place.
Khadij?
Yes. But for what purpose? What do you just wish to discuss more?
Yes,
Yes.
that's
We're
what we
safe
wish to
here.
do. Discuss. We need to discuss private matters.
Oh, right. Yes. And he grabs one other book and then leads you to an area. They close the door, or he closes the door after you go in. It's kind of like a reading room. And as he closes the door, you all get a feeling of like a silent spell being cast on the walls, so to speak. And he's like,
Oh,
"We should be very isolated here. This keeps noise out from inside out and outside in. It's for studying and reading." Yes.
Shifter, you must learn that.
Yeah, that would be quite useful. Shifter's going to take out the 2 rod fragments that they have.
And I'll produce mine as well.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, amazing. And he lays them down. He's like, they mustn't touch. And he puts like the first one down and the second one down and the third one. He's like, but do you see it? Like they line up here, but I assume you've already tried to put them back together incorrectly, and the chaos that ensues. It's Miska's blood. Miska's blood has.
We would never try anything so
I don't think we actually have.
Oh, well then don't do that. No, it's very bad.
To know. Although I did expend Ruat recently for the first time, and it released a large burst of chaotic energy. Do you know why?
Yes, this was a holy weapon, and it has been tainted by Miska's blood. When they took down the Queen of Chaos's general, Miska the Wolf Spider, his blood infused and tainted it, and it's a lawful artifact yet chaotic at the same time. And so under certain stress, it manifests that chaos in odd ways.
Do you know how can they be cleansed or purified in some way?
Yes. If you get all 7 fragments and you reattach all of them to make the rod whole, you simply must find Miska the Wolf Spider and kill him with the rod, allowing his blood to come out of the back into Miska, and with him dead, the rod will be cleansed and all will be good. And the universe will be saved. I'm so excited you guys are on this adventure.
Oh, and Lagwin's going to do it.
Oh. Yes, we heard in the song.
Yes, savior of the world.
Oh, song? Are you talking about the prophecy chanting?
Yes.
Oh, it's a prophecy. Well,
I wouldn't pay much attention to them. That's just Alawando's prophecies. They recite it until something comes true, but I'm not sold on it.
Whose prophecy was it?
Oh, yeah. Is that a common knowledge going around?
Alawando?
Yeah. I'm asking the DM.
Yeah.
Who
no,
he is.
It is. Alawando is a human. Just a human. He wasn't like a mage or a cleric or a wizard or anything, but he had prophecies way back in the day, and he started writing them down. And when Candlekeep was very new, he saw a vision of himself dying, and so he walked to Candlekeep and handed off his predictions of the future, kind of like Nostradamus kind of stuff, and he handed it to them, and then proceeded to die the next year. The monks of Candlekeep were like, well, this is kind of weird, but we retain knowledge. So they took it and they retained the knowledge and they did a bunch of stuff. But then as they read it, hindsight gave them like, oh, actually that just happened last year. And so a certain amount of monks, about 40, have memorized all of the predictions, and they constantly recite it. And then when one comes true, they take it out of their memorization routine and they recite the rest that have yet to happen. You know that it's a common phrase. I'm forgetting the actual phrase, but it's a common phrase of like, when the horns sound, that's like a bad omen. Because in Alawando's prophecies, when the horns sound, the end of the world will happen, the way they've like phrased it and what have you. And so that's kind of a common phrase between people of like, oh yeah, don't watch out for those horns kind of a thing. And you would know that at least, maybe not the specifics about Lagwin or various other prophecies, but you know who Alawando is. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Oh, great. Okay, well that's new to me. So the rod could be, if it could be assembled. Currently, these 3 pieces could be attached together with proper runes, or are we missing? Are we out of order? I'm not sure.
Oh no, I mean, you technically could take like the 6th part and the first part, and you could fuse those together. But I don't recommend it. You should do it in order. It'll ensure the power of the rod. As the rod becomes more whole, it gains more powers. Now, this is a very it's a difficult process, and you're going to need some ingredients. Some of them I can provide, some of them you're going to have to find on your own. But you have to etch these runes, and he plops down a big book. And he opens this book, and there's like, he flips to a couple pages. And you guys can write this down, but like there are runes in that book that you need to calligraphy paint onto the rod fragments. The pigment is made from diamond, iron, lead, and several other ingredients. And it costs about 300 gold pieces to like paint or a section of the rod. So it's going to cost you money. Then you need to use, this spell, and he flips to another one. And it's a high level spell that is going to cost you like 300 gold worth of incense and various other things. So to do that. And then game wise, I'm going to roll you're going to roll percentile die. And based on your level and if you're proficient in calligraphy and how many hours you're going to spend to it, we can see if they reattach themselves.
Okay.
So
Complicated is the point.
But he does say there are two very minor ingredients that I don't have access here in Candlekeep. And one of them is we're going to need, and I'm desperately scrolling to find it because I rewrite my things so many times and it's just really awful. I had it. I just had it. I'm really
now
sorry.
with OneNote, you can keep all of your notes.
I should start at OneNote so that I can just search for it. But it is oh, there it is. Yes, you will need the hair of a Kirin, which is a magical creature that lives out and about. It's a celestial creature. Mm-hmm. And he says you'll need the hair of a Kirin and the hair of a Rakshasa, which is a lawful evil creature. Both of these must unfortunately be willingly given. So you'll have to convince both of them to give you bits of their hair to use within the ritual to reattach the rod fragments.
Do we have to do more than one, or can we convince one to give us like a handful of hair and that would be enough?
Oh yeah, that's on to you. Right. That would be good. I mean, get a whole main of it, but you can't take it by force because then the magic that doesn't work. Yeah.
How is the magical side of that? Can we use a spell to convince them to do it, and then they would be doing it willingly, but not willingly because of magic?
I'm not sure. Like, you'll have to. I mean, we can test that. And then he says, if you reattach the fragments, though, their power exponentially grows. What one might be able to cure wounds, and he holds up Ruat, and he said one might be able to whatever the second one can do. I forget. Cast slow. He's like, this one might be able to cast slow, but if you combine the two, you can cast healing, slow, and then other magic abides within it. It grows.
I thought you were going to say like you'll be able to heal slowly.
That would be good. Yeah.
Ow.
It's a good slow heal.
Do you know where we can find these creatures?
A Rakshasa I'm not sure of, but I know a Kirin lives in the forest nearby that you may be able to go speak with him.
Well, I mean, we happen to be in Candlekeep. If we want to do research about those two creatures, probably no better place in the world to do so.
Yes, touché.
Can you direct us to the magical creatures section?
Yes, it's over here under Hagrid for care of magical creatures, and he takes you over here. And yeah, excellent. I think at this point we will conclude our adventure. You guys can take a long rest. You all level up, so congratulations.
Woo!
And Jordan will send you guys in our chat, and I'll probably post this on Patreon so people know what's going on, maybe on Twitter. But the information that you need to get these runes figured out to reattach the rods, which is going to be a little side quest. And then on top of that, specifically Lagwin and Shifter, if you guys want to learn new spells, you can. It's kind of expensive, but you can have you can hire an avowed to copy a scroll for you, and then you can use that as an attempt to learn a spell.
Gotcha.
So if there's specific magic you're looking for.
Oof. Next time on Rod of Seven Parts, study party.
Study party, yeah. Should be a lot of fun. But yeah, I'll put that information once I think I have it here. Yeah. And yeah. That is our fun show. I hope you guys had a good time. I know this was kind of like a lore heavy show. I don't think we had one encounter, so I'm sorry. But we will work on having fights and putting them into danger at some point. I know some people like combat, so it's okay. Really excited. Very excited to be here. I love this game. I love these people. These players are awesome. So thank you guys for coming out. Let's start it off with LB. Who are you? Where can people find you? What interesting things are you doing? And what would you like to plug?
Oh boy, all the things. I'm LB Hackemup. You can find me at LB Hackemup on the Twitters. I am starting in a new game on Encounter Roleplay on Friday at 3:00 Eastern Standard Time, a masks game where I am playing a shape-shifting alien who is a pastel goth. So super cute. Make sure you go check out on Drive-Thru RPG the bundle that we spoke of earlier, Stay and Play, and purchase it. It's only $10. There's a lot of good games on there, and definitely games to play with like family members. There are games that you can play with like your children and stuff. So it's good stuff. Only $10 for a good cause, and yeah.
That's awesome. Lex, tell us about all the interesting things you're working on.
I'm Lex. You can find me on Twitter at Dank Dungeons, and I do all sorts of different things. I have an actual play series that you can watch that's on YouTube, and I write stuff for the DMs Guild sometimes. You can check that stuff out. And I've been doing a lot of writing up on my Patreon. So if you want to check that out and support me and get access to fiction stuff and some game mechanics things I've been doing, I also have posted some of that as free blog posts. So you can just check out and see what it's like. All the links to all those things are in my pinned tweet on my Twitter. So check it out.
That's awesome. Brenna, you're cool. What's going on?
Thank you. Hi, I'm Brenna. You can find me on Twitter at Brenna Noonan. One cool thing I'm doing is I'm working with a company called Roll to build a new virtual tabletop platform for people to play games, sell games, discover new games, new people to play with. It's going to be really cool. We have a Kickstarter coming June 2nd, so coming pretty soon. You can check us out on Twitter at Roll App, ROLEAPP, and you can also find the link to follow the Kickstarter page there.
That's awesome. And my name is Jordan with silent PH in the middle. I am running this game, but this is not my channel. This channel belongs to the handsome Ted over at Nerd Immersion. If you're curious about me and what I do, you can go to YouTube, youtube.com/Jordan. That's Jordan with a PH in the middle. So JORPHDAN. And I make lore videos on the worlds of Dungeons and Dragons. I talk about a whole bunch of other stuff. I've got a fun video. Next week's video I'm very excited about because I'm going to try something new. Not the in-game history, but I'm going to talk about the real world history of the Tomb of Horrors, like where it came from and why it was invented and why it's become so like popular and cool. So I'm really excited about that video. I started writing it today. Come check out my channel. Got like loads of videos on the lore. If you're curious about Candlekeep, Aarakocra, a bunch of stuff, giants. I've made a whole bunch of videos on all of those subjects and you can watch them and it's very exciting. If you're curious about this podcast, it's a show on YouTube. You can watch it for free. It's also on my podcast it's also on my Patreon as a podcast. If you'd like to listen to it, you can subscribe for as little as $1 and get not only those podcasts, but you can support me and get other podcasts. It's really cool. Other than that, thank you. And last but not least, the wonderful player that is Ted from Nerd Immersion. Tell us about all of your cool stuff that you're doing.
Well, thank you, Jordan. Sorry for ruining your entire beginning encounter with one magic item that you
That's all
gave to
good.
me.
I
So
did. I did.
It's not like
In
I
my
searched
mind,
it out.
it was going to be an epic fight of giant proportions, pun intended. And now I'm like, no, that's smart. He just ran away. So you got what you needed.
I mean, when I thought about it, I said giants are terrifying. Giants that can move 160 feet in 6 seconds are even more terrifying. Anyway, I'm Ted. This is my channel, Nerd Immersion here. So I on Tuesdays I play a live play, an online game in my homebrew world. Very interesting, as they're basically playing through Dodongo's Cavern from Ocarina of Time, but no one has figured it out yet, which I'm very shocked about. Like, I've been ham-fisting, like, there's a skull with a closed mouth and it looks like a dragon, and there's things that blow up, and fire bats. They just haven't figured that out yet.
Oh, that's really cool.
And then obviously we play this show here on Wednesdays. And all the VODs for these are available here on Twitch, and then also uploaded to Nerd Immersion Plays. My YouTube channel, I make videos pretty much daily about all sorts of D&D related stuff, from things about top 10 videos. Today's video is about fixing the kobold playable race, which was very cool. I like kobolds, and I hate their treatment as a playable race in 5th edition, so let's change that.
I'll have to watch that. Because I like the kobold. This is funny. I should make a counter video. Like
you should,
because I like the kobold. I kind of like that he has the minus strength, and I don't know. So.
I mean, without going too far into it, I mean, why don't goblins, halflings, and gnomes also have a minus? All creatures.
I don't know, because they're not cowards, and kobolds are cowards.
What is it?
Oh, snap.
Goblins aren't cowards? I mean...
All right, guys, focus, please.
Anyway.
Save it for the counter videos.
Yes, yeah. So, that's pretty much it. Check out everybody here's social medias, and then go do the like and follow and subscribe and all that stuff for everybody here. Lots of cool stuff coming from a lot of really cool people. More stuff to come in the coming months, and more Rod of 7 Parts next week.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. See you next week.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.